Here with Alex. So very excited. We're at A&B Liquors picking up our barrel. Yeah, a little nervous here because when we picked it in the Rick House, it was phenomenal. It's one of the best things we ever tasted, right? However, it aged a little more. The proof has gone up a little bit. So we're hoping
the proof has gone up.
Yeah. Well, we're
What a
hoping.
tragedy.
But we're hoping it's gonna get even better, right?
I think it should. I'm really excited.
And this is cool. This is Evan's personal bottle. And he opened it a few days ago, right? And then now it's actually opened up, right? So now we get to taste, instead of a neck pour, the real deal, right?
Awesome. I'm so excited about this. Been waiting for this for months. Really want to see if it's just as I remembered, or who knows, maybe even better. What I remembered about my experience at the distillery was I'd never had a Jack Daniel's, or very few ryes that had a very fruity note on the nose. It was just this berry that came out. Even before, like what I like to do in the tastings is nose all three before the taste gets rid of my nose sensitivity. And it was the pick number 3, and it was just obviously the clear winner. Everyone universally agreed that whether or not the whiskey was the best, that nose was phenomenal and was something special. And I was just hoping that the taste would deliver and that would be the barrel we would pick, and it did. It really did. It blew it out of the water. Well, you know, it wasn't unanimous, but it was near unanimous, and everyone enjoyed this barrel. So
I just want to go on the record that the nose is still there. It
still
smells
there?
exactly how I remember it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and what I did notice compared with the other barrels was that, so when I nose it, what I do is I keep my nose as far as possible, and I try to see. I stop when I first get the first scent, right, and then I go deeper, and I keep on going deeper. And what I noticed in the barrel picks at Jack Daniel's was, you know, I was like this on some of the other picks, but on this one, I immediately smelled it, and I can smell it from here, and I can get the berries. It's clear fruit. It's not that I'm an expert on Jack Daniel's rye, but I've never experienced a fruit note on their rye. It just smells sweet from here, and it just gets sweeter as I get in, and I can get my nose all the way in, and I don't really get much ethanol. It's just delicious. This is a rye that you smell and you just want to drink. Wow, it's still there. That is incredible. And if anything, I think it actually, I mean, this is the first drink of the day, so that's probably it, but it does feel a little stronger. Just great proof on that. Starts out sweet, it never goes bitter, and then I can still have that taste on the finish, and it's still sweet. And that's really how I judge pretty much all whiskeys, is I love sweet, and this is this is definitely my favorite rye that I have in my collection, and it's my favorite rye that I've ever tasted.
What's up, Bourbon Chronicles? I'm Evan from A&B Liquor Store in Shelby Township, Michigan. Here, very happy to introduce Bourbon Chronicles' new single barrel, Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof Rye, coming in at 134.7. We haven't seen this proof in Michigan in a while, so Tim and the crew did a great job picking this barrel. This one has been open for a couple days now. This is my personal bottle, so we're going to try it, air it out. Very nice from the start, so everybody's going to get it, is going to love it from the beginning. Try it right away once you crack it open, then give it like a day and try it again, and you're going to see how it really opens up and gets better and better with every sip. I'm here. Yeah, I'm not on here.
What is it?
Huh?
What is this?
That's all their members, the contributors to the barrel.
No way.
Yeah, so they engraves it.
Beautiful.
Try to fit everybody on there.
Yeah,
And that's
really nice.
the group Bourbon Chronicles, the YouTube channel.
Okay.
Yeah.
no, I'm not nervous anymore about it because the nose, it's 100% the same as in the Rick House. So unlike our new riff pick changed,
Yeah.
but actually for the better. All right, here we go. Oh,
It's pretty good too.
cherry, wow. Nice sweet cherry bomb. A little bit of mint, rice spice, a clove. But yeah, mostly cherry. And mostly, it actually has a little bit of a, the nose actually reminds me of Four Roses a little bit. Because Four Roses is like a lot, like heavy on the rye. This Four Roses-ish, which is pretty interesting coming from a Jack Daniels. Yeah, the second sip actually gets sweeter. Like molasses, maple. Yeah, like maybe clove as well. Phenomenal, man. Oh my God. Everybody that that went in on this pick, man, you're in for a treat. It's phenomenal. And then up next, actually, A and B has their own Jack Daniels rye pick. We're gonna do a little shootout here, see how they compare. I'm excited.
So here we have the A&B Liquor Store Jack Daniels Barrel Proof Rye Pick, and this is great. Thank you so much for giving us this sample. It's a great opportunity to see like how much of a difference the ryes are just based on the barrel. It's like the luck of the draw. This one, I get a really nice vanilla offload, and I think it's fantastic. And this one is 133.6 proof. So I'm here to pick up bottles, but I'm going to go home with this bottle as well because I haven't even tasted it, and I already know that this is a solid pick. So what I can tell the difference between our pick and the store pick is immediately, right? You notice my nose is right here when I'm smelling it. When I was our picks, smell just hit me in the face from like 8 inches away. So, but this still smells fantastic. Less of a berry, but now that it's been sitting for a couple more minutes, I am starting to get a little bit more fruit on it, which I love fruit and I love sweet. That is good. That is a good pick. This is a much more, the A&B Liquor Store pick, which I think you guys should pick up both, is much more of a traditional Jack Daniels barrel proof rye. You get more of the vanilla and the oak. Your rye, I'm like, oh, that's a fantastic rye, right? It just hits it right there at the main spot. When I took a sip of our pick, I was like, what am I drinking? It was just almost foreign, right? Yeah. So, and you know, there's plenty of space on the shelf for both ryes.
Part of the perks of the job, you can drink on the job. Research and development is what we call it in the liquor industry. So welcome to A&B. Thanks for Bourbon Chronicles for doing an amazing barrel pick and working with us on the barrel pick. We specialize in barrel picks. I've done over 150 barrel picks myself. It's what I do. So these are some of our barrel picks. This is our barrel pick section. Tim and Alec told me to pick a favorite. I really can't pick a favorite. It's kind of hard for me because all these picks are dear to me. But we carry over 35 barrel picks at all times. We do rye barrel picks, bourbon barrel picks, tequila barrel picks. We've done Scotch barrel picks. Jack Daniels is always one of my favorites. Again, they never disappoint. As Tim and Alex said, their barrels are very good, and just every barrel got better than the other. So it's really hard to pick what your favorite is. And what they did with the barrel that they picked for you guys will be 100% happy. I'm happy with my bottles. I'm not even part of the group. So you're going to be very happy with the bottles. Now let's go into barrel picks. What are some of my favorites? Filibuster, very, very small company. I don't know if it's available for you guys out in Indiana, Chicago area. They're from Virginia. The owner of the company is a personal friend of mine. Some of their distillate was sourced from MGP, but they mix it and single barrel it after. These ones are all their own distillate. They're between 4 to 6 years old. The Virginia aging process gives it a different kind of flavor profile to it. So if you do see these, I would suggest trying them. They're not too widespread. Again, very small company. They've had some single barrel picks probably come out to Kentucky. Fred Minnick actually did a personal barrel pick with them. I think it was like a 12-year or 13-year barrel pick. So they got some aged juice. They got a lot of variety. They got single malt rye, malted barley. I'll show it to you guys on the shelf also. Everybody knows Luxro. I'm out of the Rebel Yell. I would show you guys that one. We're known for our barrel picks. It's what I do. And I'm happy to connect with more people like you guys, Bourbon Chronicles, to get you guys tasty barrels out to your members. We do about 3 barrel picks of Buffalo Trace, one for each one of our stores. They are one of my favorite companies. I'm not gonna lie to you, they are a little bit harder to work with to get barrels for our customers. Everything, again, is in Michigan, unfortunately, based on sales. So Buffalo Trace, as much as I love them, I'd say they're gonna be there, buy them, but there's a lot more variety. I would say stop chasing and find what's on the shelf, because if you're not buying what's on the shelf, you're really missing out on bourbon. If you're just chasing the names that everybody's saying, you're missing out. There's more than 12 different kinds of bourbon, hundreds, if not thousands, types of brands, variety as far as cask strength, non-cask strength, cask finishes, different ages. So stop chasing. Don't chase.
Stop being a tater.
Yeah, take it from me as a store owner. I can charge you more for what you're chasing, and I would rather have you buy something that's on the shelf every day for state minimum pricing, because in the end you're going to enjoy it more, and I feel better having you enjoy something that you can get on a regular basis instead of chasing these types of products. So we do, again, bourbon picks. Yellowstone has always been one of my favorites. Steve Fontaine down there at Yellowstone is amazing. I'm sure some of your members have done a tour over there and heard his wild stories. I don't know if you guys have been there yourselves. No, he's a character. Woodinville is kind of new. I would say Woodinville kind of unfortunately fell under the corporate umbrella. So they're a good bourbon. Their single barrels are good. Their everyday stuff is kind of hit or miss depending on what they're releasing. Now let's go to the other side where we got some ryes. So I love ryes. We got a whole section of ryes, which most stores don't have. They might have 1 or 2 barrel picks of ryes. We got 2 different limousine ryes. One is finished in a rum agricole barrel. Another one is finished in a brandy finished barrel. So if you don't like that rye spiciness, these add a little bit different characteristics where they temper it down, but you're still getting the barrel proof within the barrel. Nulu, a newer company out in Kentucky. They've been around for about 5 years. I would suggest stopping by there and checking them out. They're a more intimate, smaller distillery. Chase, who's out there, I've met him once. We picked 3 barrels while we were out there. He's a great guy. He takes care of all the barrel picks, takes care of the bar over there. Great food also. Bone Snapper, which has been around for a long time. This one is a 9-year barrel. When we picked this one, I believe 2 years ago, it was the oldest barrel they had. At 9 years rye cask strength, coming at 124.6 proof, or 114.6 proof. And let's see what else we got. We got some Wilderness Trail, which is now under the Campari umbrella, for those that don't know. So now Wild Turkey and Campari is making Wilderness Trail. So in the future, a lot of distillate coming out of Wilderness Trail will be Wild Turkey distillate also. Belfour, which is Ed Belfour, the hockey great, came out with his own bourbon. This is a single barrel rye that we did last year. We had some autographed bottles that we don't have anymore, but he should be coming out soon again for another autographing. They do have some good product. Their everyday products are a little bit more expensive on the pricier side. So I would suggest spending the money if it's equal to on the single barrels if you do find them instead of their shelf products, because they are similar in pricing. Now Creek 110 proof single, 115 proof single barrel. This one is aged 7 years. One of my favorite ryes on the market, readily available. Again, don't chase. The stores around your neighborhood have these single barrels. Go get one and try it. You don't need a Sazerac rye. You don't need a Blanton's. You need a single barrel. That'll change your life. Clyde Mays, very small company also. Source Distillate. They come out at 104 proof for their single barrel, so it's not a super high proof, very palatable for beginners and for seasoned drinkers. So this is one I would recommend if you do find it. It's a Clyde Mays single barrel rye. They started doing this about last year, so you will see them readily available at stores in your neighborhood. Then we have Traverse City, which is one of our local distilleries out here in Traverse City, Michigan. Great distillate. We have 2 barrel picks here. One was our own 5-year distillate. One was done with a group called the Bourbon Lovers of Michigan. It was an Eastside TC rye. It was a barrel collaboration with 2 groups. And this was a 6-year, 114.8 proof. Traverse City was a source from MGP, so these are all 95.5 ryes. Being a rye lover, I love 95.5 ryes, so that's what I drink. So these are the majority of our barrel picks. We probably have, I want to say, over 400 or 500 different bourbon SKUs outside of our barrel picks also. Everybody asks for the rarities. They do come around once in a while. We do have an event during the Christmas called Secret Santa, which we run for 1 week. And what we do is we place random allocated bottles around the store. And whoever finds that bottle gets to buy that bottle. We don't hide it, so the bottle will be in your face. You can come to the shelf and find a George T. Stagg here, right in front of you. It is marked up. We don't sell it at MSRP, again, because it takes a lot of buying power to get what we do get. But you're not paying secondary. It's a fair price for everybody. But it's a very fun event. We give away, not give away, anywhere between 50 to about 100 allocated bottles at each store, which we do at 3 different stores. So we've had Pappy's go out, Birthday Bourbon, Old Fitzgerald's, George T. Stagg's, Weller's, and those are all posted on our Facebook and Instagram too. So pictures of people that find the bottles, we post them so people don't say, you're lying to us. It's really happening. We're really doing it for our customers. And then we thank all our customers, because without you guys, we wouldn't be able to get these bottles to give to you guys. And we wouldn't be able to get these single barrels also. So support your local stores. Please, don't support the chain stores. Don't go to Total Wine. Yeah, they got a great selection, but don't go to Total Wine. Go make a relationship with your local store.
They're not going to let you do a pick.
No, they're going to laugh at you. And then they're going to have some random guy in the streets do a pick and tell you it's the best pick in the world. But go make a relationship with your local stores. Small business is where it's at. You're going to get better customer service. And then if you need favors in the future, the allocated bottles, as long as the good relationship is there, I'm sure the store owners will take care of you. You don't have to get points. You don't have to buy $6,000 in product to get 1 bottle of anything. So just do that. Support your local businesses, and in the end, you'll see it'll be a lot more fruitful for you, and you're going to enjoy bourbon a lot more. Not waiting in line at Total Wine or Liquor Barn to get 1 bottle of wines. Believe me on that.
All right, oh my God, Evan is crazy generous. He brought some incredible stuff. Rare character, American single malt, 15 years and some change, with like 130 proof. I had just like a tiny taste of it, and my mind was getting blown, and I was like, I'm gonna turn the camera on. I'm gonna make a little, at least give you guys, if you guys ever see this brand or a bottle, man, you guys gotta buy it. Although I'm sure on top of that, this is an exceptional pick. It's like red wine, but not as acidic. It's red wine with like hints of barrel, like nice oak. But the best part about it is the finish. The finish is pure cream, like half and half, like heavy cream, creme brulee or something, like butter pecan or something, just like creaminess. The finish is like, you just took a sip and you're just giving your mouth a rest, and it just keeps going and going and going. It's wow. So the regular stuff, it's like it looks like a Willet purple top. But this special bottle, like wine bottle, got the little ships, like a very European flavor to it. So, wow.
So this is the rare character straight malt whiskey, and I generally don't like single malt, but I can already tell just from the nose that this smells great. You get none of the malty smell that Scotch lovers drink, and so I think I'm in for a treat here. This 15 years, oh, that's delicious. That's delicious. The proof on that is fantastic. Great mouthfeel. Straight malt whiskey is already at a little disadvantage to corn whiskey or bourbon. It's probably not going to be a sweeter, but as far as single malt, this is probably one of the best single malts on the market. It's fantastic.